Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and to my very first prompt, whatever you want to call it, for her kid. Yeah, I'm so excited to be joining in on this challenge. I'm not going to do what everybody else did and they did like a whole spreadsheet walkthrough and all this other stuff. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to tell you my little rules and how I'm going to be playing this off. And yeah, because my life is really chaotic. I am in a lot of classes and I work pretty much full-time as a dental assistant or a temp dental assistant, and I have to pay my rent, so I have to work, so I don't get the luxury of staying home a lot or reading a lot or anything like that, but I try to read as much as I can, and along with all the other things I have to do in my life. So that being said, I barely found out about the Her Kid 2 challenge, okay? I'd never heard of it before, and then something came up as a reading challenge because I really like watching reading challenges, videos, and readathons and stuff like that. And I've done a few 24-hour readathons, and I keep like going back and forth about doing other reading things, and I was like, I really need something to pump myself up into it. So then I saw this one for the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, and I was like, that's the one that's going to get me started. So let me give you a little bit of background. I've been a reader my whole entire life. I've been a reader since I don't even know how old I was, but I literally read White Fang, which is a big, fat, thick book, whenever I was in, I believe, 3rd grade. So that tells you how much I love to read. And yeah, so there you go. So I enjoy reading. That's one reason I think I love school so much, is because I just enjoy learning. I enjoy reading. I enjoyed, just getting to know a different side of life. Like, I mean, I enjoy my life too, but like, just, you know what I mean? To get to experience everything. Anyway, that being said, now that I've kind of gone over that, I've decided that since I missed last year's regular hardest reading challenge I'll ever do, 1.0, I'm going to incorporate and do both 1.0 and 2.0 this year. I'm going to try to black out both boards. We will see if that's possible. I don't know, because again, my schedule's kind of, but you know what? If I don't finish it by the time 3.0 comes around, that's okay. I will just add 3.0 along with whatever I haven't finished from the original 2. So, because I just want to. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, so that being said, the first challenge that I'm going to try to participate in, is I want to do where you do the, what is it? The person, like where somebody else is doing a challenge, or like a readathon or whatever, or I think it's a readathon. So the Brightside girl, Macy, the Brightside girl, she's doing Mermaidathon, which I really want to participate in. However, hers is like a 2-week thing, and what I decided is I am going to pick, mine's gonna go a little bit longer, because again, I have school. You guys don't understand, I'm in 5 classes plus another program. So my school schedule and homework and everything is just like, shoo, like there's no time. But I'm gonna do it, so it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna do it. But I'm gonna do it my little way because it just makes more sense to me. So what I did was I did choose 20 books for the 20 prompts that she chose for both Mermaid and Pirate this year. Because I love the idea of reading from prompts and stuff like that. I do have a TBR jar that I haven't used yet. I need to use it. But this just came up in the reading challenge, and I knew that I wanted to do Mermaidathon. And I was just literally waiting for her to post it. And it happened to be starting the same exact time as Her Kid 2. So I figure, you know what? That is a perfect way to start off by doing that challenge, which is participating in another readathon and however many books you end up reading. So I chose a book for every single prompt. I did choose some pretty thick books. Not really thick, actually. They're not too bad. But I did pick one for everyone. I'm going to share those with you guys, and that's going to be this intro video. I will tell you the one that I started with and why I started with it, because you'll be like, what the heck? Originally, I was going to go in order of the prompts, but the first one that I picked is actually a second book in a series. So I needed to read the first book. So I ended up going back and having to read, do all my things. And I picked the first book for another prompt. So I'm reading the first book first, and then I'm going to read the second book. And then after that, I'm just going to continue to go in order. So I'm just going to share with you guys the prompts and the books that I picked. And then that's it for this intro. And then I will get back to you whenever I finish them, I'm also going to try to do reviews for all of these books because I really want to start doing book reviews. Yeah. Okay. So, and this is going to go up a little bit late because I've been in the hospital for 3 days. So I didn't film anything. So whenever this started, I couldn't even film. So this is my first one. Anyway, okay. So the first prompt is to read a Selkie book. So for that one, I chose Blood on the Tide, which is the second book in, I don't even know if there's a name for this series or what the heck. Is there a name for it? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, there's not, but this is the second book. I don't have the third book yet, but I did have the first book already, which was what made me buy the second one because there's not that many Selkie books out there and I really wanted a physical book. So I got this one. And there's a third one. I didn't get the third one. So this is the first one, which I'll go over that, what the prompt is for that one when I get there. But this one is the first one. Or this one's the second book. But this is the first prompt. It says, return to the dangerous seas of Threshold with the next enthralling book in the Crimson Sails series. That's the name of it. And I'm not going to read the back because I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it is about a Selkie. So I will read the first one to you guys though. Yeah. Okay, the second book that I got, or the second challenge, is Fin on the Cover. So for that one, I chose Close to Shore. You can clearly see the lovely, this is a nonfiction book. And it is a true story of terror in the age of innocence. It says, combining rich historical detail and a harrowing, pulse-pounding narrative, Close to Shore brilliantly recreates the summer of 1916 when a a great white shark attacked swimmers along the New Jersey shore, triggering mass hysteria and launching the most extensive shark hunt in history. So, you guys don't know, I am a big ocean person. I mean, I scuba dive and I love the ocean. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, so that one is Close to Shore. So that's for Fin on the Cover. Next one is about a merman. So this one, I feel like I was kind of reaching a little bit because it's technically a Selkie, which I didn't know, but I just read the back and then I read later that it was about a Selkie, but it's a boy. So I figure, how am I supposed to know it's about a Selkie other than the fact that I was looking up Selkie books? Like, other than that, I never would have known. But this is 7 Tears into the Sea. It says, beckon the sea, I'll come to thee, shed 7 tears, perchance 7 years. At the age of 10, Gwen Cook had a strange encounter with a boy with dark, slightly tilted eyes. He came to her on the beach, whispering strange words in her ear, and then disappeared. Shortly thereafter, her family moved away from their seaside home, and Gwen never saw the boy again. Now, 17, Gwen is returning to her childhood home. Her Nana asked her to come, but Gwen knows it's time to go back for another reason. She yearns for the sea. Perhaps the sea itself is calling to her. Perhaps the memory of the boy and his haunting words are drawing her back to the place they met. Perhaps it's time for her to face her destiny. So there you go. There's that one. Okay, the next prompt is mermaid in the title. For this one, I chose the mermaid chair. And this one says, Sumont Kid's stunning debut, The Secret Life of Bees, became a bestseller phenomenon and a modern classic. Now, in her luminous new novel, Kidd has woven in a transcendent tale which will thrill her legion of fans and cement her reputation as one of the most remarkable writers at work today. Inside the church of the Benedictine Monastery, something like that, on Egret Island, just off the coast of South Carolina, resides a beautiful, mysterious chair ornately carved with mermaids and dedicated to a saint who, legend claims, was a mermaid before her conversion. When Jessie is summoned home to the island to cope with her eccentric mother's seemingly inexplainable act of violence, she is living a conventional life with her husband, Hugh, a life molded to the smallest space possible. Jessie loves Hugh, but once there, she finds herself drawn to the brother Thomas, a monk who is soon to take his final vows. Amid a rich community of unforgettable island women and the exotic beauty of marshlands, tidal creeks, and majestic egrets, Jessie grapples with the tension of desire and the struggle to deny it, with the freedom that feels overwhelmingly right and the immutable force of home and marriage. Is the power of the mermaid chair only a myth, or will it alter the course of Jessie's life? What transpires will unlock roots to her mother's tormented past, but most of all, it will allow Jessie to make a marriage unto herself. There you go. That's The Mermaid's Chair. Next one is Set on an Island. So for that one, I picked Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. You guys will know that I did read this whenever it first came out, like a bazillion years ago. And yeah, I love this book. It's basically about like an orphanage, but for like children they're called peculiars, which they have special powers. And they go on this adventure to kind of save their ringleader, who is Miss Peregrine, who is a lady that can morph into a bird. Yeah. And yeah, it's such a good book. Oh, it's so good. So I'm really looking forward to rereading it again. I'm not going to read the back of that one because I just gave you the gist of it. Yeah, it's so good. Okay, next is Set Underwater. For this one, I chose Clive Cussler's Pacific Vortex. Now, I don't know if I made a mistake. No, it says right here, Dirk Pitt's first adventure. So I think I'm good with that. Yeah. So Dirk Pitt is this guy that goes on underwater adventures. He's a scuba diver, and I love it for that. So it says, Dirk Pitt, death-defying adventurer and deep-sea expert, is put to the ultimate test as he plunges into the perilous waters of the Pacific Vortex, a fog-shrouded sea zone where dozens of ships have vanished without a trace. But the latest victim, the awesome, superb Starbuck, America's deep-diving nuclear arsenal. Its loss possesses an unthinkable threat to national defense. Pitt's job is to find it, salvage it before the sea explodes. In a furious race against time, Pitt's mission swirls him into a battle with underwater assassins and traps him in the arms of Summer Moran, the most stunningly exotic and dangerous woman ever to enter Pitt's life. As the countdown heads toward disaster, Clive Cussler plummets his hero onto an ancient sunken island, the astonishing setting for the explosive climax of Pacific Vortex. There you go. So that's Set Underwater. What? Oh no, I put Set Underwater twice. Okay, I know there's not 2 prompts for Set Underwater. And I know I picked 20 books, so don't ask me. I'll have to figure that one out later. Well, the other one that I picked then for Set Underwater is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. If you guys don't know what this is about, look it up because it's super popular. But I've never read it before, and you guys know I'm an ocean girl, so for me to have not read it is like a cardinal sin. Okay. The next one has an ocean creature. For that one, I chose Remarkably Bright Creatures, which everybody knows of this book, right? It was just like a phenomenon. I'm just going to read the blurb. It says, a charming, witty, and compulsively readable exploration of friendship, reckoning, and hope that traces a widow's unlikely connection to a giant Pacific octopus. And basically, there's this murder mystery. The octopus saw it and he's trying to convey it to, and so it's the connection between this person and this octopus and trying to solve this murder. Yeah. Okay, next we have Mermaid on the cover. For that one, I chose Deep Blue. This one says, rich with magic and mythology, adventure and danger, romance and friendship, and themes both classic and contemporary, Deep Blue, book 1 in the Waterfire saga, is an epic tale in expansive, mysterious, and beguiling as the sea itself. Daughter of the morrow, find the fire, brave enough to keep hope alive. One whose heart will hold the light, one possessed of a prophet's sight. One who does not yet believe, thus has no choice but to deceive. One with spirit sure and strong, one who sings all creation's songs. Together find the talismans belonging to the six who ruled, hidden under treacherous waters after light and darkness have dueled. So, that's the first one. Yeah, I'm in trouble because it's another freaking series. Yeah. We're not going to go over how many series this is going to end up being because... Okay. Anyway. What the heck? Oh. Yeah. Okay, we haven't got there yet. Okay, and then the next one is Waves on the Cover. So for this one, I chose Blue Ocean Strategy. And I'm just going to tell you, this is more of like a marketing book than it is anything else. And I'm super excited to read it because I think the idea of it and just creating something that is so out of this world that nobody else has like dug their toes in so you don't have competition is really like, you know what I mean? It's encouraging. So, and I have a really cool idea and I just want to make it happen. So I need to read this book. Okay, next we are going on to the pirate Shaguzi's books. Okay, so the first one is Boat on the Cover, which is what I chose Hunt on the Dark Water for. It's the first book in the Crimson Sails series, and I will read the back to you on this one because it won't be giving anything away. Evelyn is a witch with a perfect storm of impulses, terrible taste in bed partners, sticky fingers, and a lust for danger. After she steals from her vampire ex and falls through the portal to another realm, she is fished out of the water by a band of seafarers and their telekinetic captain. She's immediately given a choice: join their ship's crew or die. Bowen has no memory of his life before he became one of the Quinn Anwen. He and his band of pirates are bound by vow to patrol through Threshold, the magical sea between realms, keeping the portals to the other worlds safe. When he rescues Evelyn, he doesn't expect to be attracted to an unflappably brassy pickpocket. The longer he spends in her presence, the more he begins to question if his heart is the next thing she'll steal. But as tension heats up between Bowen and Evelyn, the danger in the sea escalates as well, because Evelyn has no intention of keeping her vows to the Crown Onwin, and if she betrays the crew, she and Bowen will pay the ultimate price. I did start reading it. I'm pretty far in, so I'm like almost 100 pages in. Okay, so there you go. So that's the first book that I'm reading for this whole entire challenge, just so you guys know. And then I'm going to read the second one. And then I'm just going to go in order. Okay, see in the title. So this one is... Oh, where are you? This one. It's Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. It says, Leah is changed, a marine biologist. She left for a routine expedition months earlier. Only this time, her submarine sank to the seafloor. When she finally surfaces and returns home, her wife, Mary, knows that something is wrong. Barely eating and lost in her thoughts, Leah rotates between rooms in their apartment, running the taps morning and night. Whatever happened in this vessel, whatever it was that they were supposed to be studying before they were stranded, Leah has carried part of it home with her, onto dry land and into their home. As Mira searches for answers, desperate to understand what happened below the water, she must face the possibility that the woman she loves is slipping from her grasp. Doesn't it sound so good? Oh, I love marine biology books. Okay, the next one is Female Pirate. This book I actually need to go purchase because I'm going to read Daughter of the Pirate King. Yeah, and I haven't purchased it yet. So probably this next week I'm going to go pick it up. Yeah, I almost got it, and then I found that other one, the Selkie book, instead. So that was why. Okay, next is Pirate on the Cover. For this one, I picked, woohoo! This one is Peter and the Starcatchers. And I'm not going to read the whole inside. I'll just read the blurb on the back. It says, Peter blinked his eyes But there was no question. The rat was suspended in space as if hanging from the string, but there were no strings. So I've had this one for such a long time, and it is time to read this sucker. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, what was I doing here? I was doing something. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay. Okay, so that's that one. The next one, this one I started going off a little bit because I need some variety. As much as I love my ocean books, I was like, if I just read all ocean books, then I'm going to be just wanting to read ocean books. And I have a bazillion other books to read. So this one is for treasure hunt. And for that one, I picked The Hobbit. If you guys don't know what The Hobbit is, look it up. Super famous. I'm not going to go over it, but pretty much these dwarves are trying to go and reclaim their treasure. So I count that as a treasure hunt. It is the beginning of a series, so yay for me. I have a lot of beginning series here. Oh, Lord. I'm going to have a lot of books to read after this. Shit. Okay. Next one has a map. And this one has a map for sure. Okay. So this one, my son actually picked out because he was hearing my prompts and I was like freaking out about it. And I was like, I want to do other things. And so then he was like, do Wicked. So this one I did choose Wicked. And the second book is included in it. I'm not going to read the second one for this particular challenge. However, I do have to continue the series once I start it. So there you go. And there's like 5 books or something now. So that one's going to be fun. But I do have the pretty Barnes & Noble edition. I also have like a lot of other editions. So, but I'm super excited because I love Wicked. And so to read the book is going to be exciting. And then we have Set on an Island. This one was a random Dollar Tree store find. I was so excited about this. This is The House on Fripp Island. And I will read the back to you guys really quickly. It says, Fripp Island, South Carolina is the perfect destination for the wealthy Daly family, Lisa, Scott, and their 2 girls. For Lisa's childhood friend, Poppy Ford, however, the resort island is a world away from what she and her family are used to. Everyone brings secrets to the island, distorting what should be a convivial, relaxing summer on the beach. Lisa sees danger everywhere. The local handyman can't be allowed near the children. Lisa suspects Scott is fixated on something or someone else. Poppy watches over her husband, John, and his routines with a sharp eye. For the children, it's a summer of change. Ryan Ford prepares for college in the fall, and Ray Daly sheathes the brink of childhood, and the 2 youngest, Kimmy Daly and Alex Ford, are exposed to new ideas and different ways of life as they forge a friendship of their own. The ones who return from this vacation will spend the rest of their lives trying to process what they witnessed, the tipping points, moments of violence and tenderness, and the memory of whom they left behind. It just sounded really interesting. So I was surprised. $1? Come on. Woo. Sorry, guys. All right. That was exciting. Okay, and then now we have Weapon on the Cover. For that one, I chose To Kill a Kingdom. It says, Princess Lyra is Siren royalty and the most lethal of them all. With the hearts of 17 princes in her collection, she is revered across the sea until a twist of fate forces her to kill one of her own. To punish her daughter, the Sea Queen transforms Lyra into the one thing sirens loathe the most, a human. Robbed of her song, Lyra has until the winter solstice to deliver Prince Elion's heart to the Sea Queen and remain a human forever. The ocean is the only place Prince Elion calls home, even though he is the heir to the most powerful kingdom in the world. Hunting sirens is more than an unsavory hobby. It's his calling. When he rescues a drowning woman in the ocean, he is more than what she appears to be. She promises to help him find a key to destroying all the siren kind for good. But can he trust her? And just how many deals will Elion have to broker to eliminate humankind's greatest enemy? So exciting. That one was going around for a while, like as being a good book. Next one is Shipwreck. So for that one, I chose The Wager. Again, this one's really famous. I'm not going to go over it too much, but it's a nonfiction book. So there you go. But that's what I chose for Shipwreck. It's like a modern day piracy kind of book. And then lastly is Sea Monster. And for this one, I chose something interesting. It is actually a nonfiction book. It is called Hurricane Lizards and Plastic Squid. It says, in Hurricane Lizards and Plastic Squid, biologist Thor Hansen tells the remarkable story of how plants and animals are responding to climate change, adjusting, evolving, and sometimes dying out. Knoll lizards are growing larger toe pads to grip more tightly to frequent hurricanes. Warm waters are causing the development of Humboldt squid, to alter so dramatically that the fishermen mistake them for a different species. Brown fishermen move north and long-spined sea urchins south. Brown pelicans, not fishermen, what the hell? Brown pelicans move north and long-spined sea urchins south to find cooler homes. And when coral reefs sicken, they leave no territory worth fighting for. So aggressive butterfly fish transform instantly into pacifists. A story of hope, resilience, and risk. Hurricane Lizards and Plastic Squid is natural history for readers of Bernard Heinrich, Robin Wall Kimmerer, and David Haskell. It is also a reminder of how unpredictable climate change is as it interacts with a messy lattice of life. So, there you go. And that, my friends, is my TBR for Mermaid Islam. And yeah, we will go from there.